Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I thought let's start the year off by talking about things that we all do, which is where we buy stuff and then we don't use it. And I'm going to show you, I think I've got like 5 things here that have bought and I've actually never worn in some cases. In other cases, I've used them like once or twice and I haven't gone back to them again. And I also wanted to share this with you because the stuff I've bought that I haven't used, it's all taught me something, and if I share those lessons with you, it might help all of you to in turn make sure that you don't start buying things that you don't use either. So I'm going to kick off with some stuff from Chanel, and the first thing that I shouldn't have bought it, but I know why I did. It's this jacket, which there's nothing wrong with it, okay? It's a gorgeous jacket and it actually cost me £15 because it was on sale. This must have been in like 2019. It was on sale, 40% off, and I also had loads of Harrods credits at the time. So by the time I'd used those credits up, it was £15. For £15, I'm not complaining, but I don't use it because that colour is not one that I personally love to wear. I shouldn't have bought it. I, on the day, saw it and thought this is a really very affordable jacket. It's beautifully made. It's very nicely tailored actually when you do wear it. I just don't use it. So there's the first thing. Stick to your colour palette. I didn't really know my colour palettes back then. I didn't really know what I liked and what I didn't like. And it's only really in recent years that I've come to realise I prefer lighter colours, particularly white and pink, but like pastel-y colours is what I prefer and what suits me. Darker stuff, whether it's that dark pink or particularly black just drains my face. It drains everything out and I don't like wearing it unless I've got something to like break it up a bit. But yeah, try not buy things on a whim just because they are a good deal. Right, the next, I'm going to move on to a couple of belts, because belts are another thing that I have made mistakes with, and now I think a lot more before I buy them. This beautiful belt is from Chanel, and what I love about it is that on the double C's are silver, but then over the top of them are gold hearts. At the same time, another belt I'm going to show you is this, which is the Gucci Marmont belt. I bought this back in 2016, and I am showing you this and this for one reason. This I haven't worn at all. This I wear like most of the time actually, and the reason why I've slowed down and really stopped buying belts is I've come to realise that when I buy one, I don't want this to happen to it. Can you see where in the middle of the belt, where your jean or trouser loop is, it kind of pinches the leather in and distorts the belt? I've come to realise that if I've just spent like several £100s on a belt, I don't want that to happen to it. And that's what's ended up happening is I've purchased belts before and I go to use them and I think, no, I'm not in the mood for ruining that, to be honest. And so I don't end up using them at all. Except for I've got some Dior belts that I wear and they're waist belts, and because they don't pull so much, because they're not holding trousers up, they don't distort. But yeah, that's one thing. If you're thinking about buying a nice belt, really think to yourself, are you okay about that happening to it? Are you going to be okay with buying something that is going to ruin? Unless it's a waist belt. Waist belts, that doesn't really happen with. It's only if you get a belt to hold up trousers. Will I ever wear it? I'd like to. I really do want to wear it. I just don't want to ruin it. Which again makes me think, well, why did you buy it in the first place? Okay, the next thing is designer sunglasses. I have a really big sunglasses collection. I love them, although I tend to find that I end up wearing the same few pairs over and over, and I've got pairs of glasses I haven't worn in years, but it's the same couple of pairs of glasses that I wear. Well, one pair that I bought in Dior in 2018 is these, and when I tried them on, with the look I was wearing at the time, when I tried them on, I liked them. But now when I wear them, I feel that they are seriously 1970s Elton John vibes, and I don't wear them. And I'm looking at them in that mirror and they just look silly. I'm so annoyed at myself for buying them, but they looked good at the time. They looked good with that outfit, but I don't love them now. So there's another thing. If you're going to buy glasses, try and buy glasses that are in a shape that is quite classic and long term, because like they're really trend. Now for something which I have used no more than 3 times, and it's this bag from Goyard. I bought this, when did I buy this? Either 2021 or 2020. I can't remember which way round it was. And at the time I was very excited about it because I'd heard so many good things about the brand. And the brand is a really good, long-standing brand. Like, it's an excellent brand. But my problem isn't the brand. My problem is this bag. The painted detail on it is wearing off, despite the fact that I haven't used it that much. And also the bag itself, as I've said before, is the weight on it's wrong, because the handle's really heavy, but the bag itself weighs nothing. So it's a really weird one to wear. It just, I'm constantly worried about it, about the monogram coming off. I'm very worried about getting caught in the rain, and you know, when you live in the UK, that happens a lot. And it's just therefore not a bag that I use that much, and it's one that I wish I didn't buy. Now that I look back on it, I wish I didn't buy it. Thankfully, it wasn't kind of like 4K and over. It was under 2K, but there's still a lot of money for something you don't use. I've got this other one, you know, which there's a story to tell behind this. This is a boy bag, and it's in a beautiful iridescent sort of pewtery gold colour. And it's in pristine condition because I've never used this. No, that's not true. I remember using it once. When I went to a hotel once for afternoon tea, I remember taking it for that. And I've worn it in pictures before, but I haven't ever worn it out. And the reason for it is, as some of you know, I find the boy bag quite a frustrating bag to work with. This handle is always getting itself in a knot. Just undo it there. It's always getting itself in a knot. And also when you use the bag, after a while, the bottom sags out on it. Now this bag, the reason why I bought this is because, so when I bought this, I already knew I didn't like the boy bag, which is even more of a stupid reason why I bought it. But I bought it because my husband, who is a massive enabler, over the years, I think I've driven him to become into bags. Like, not into them, but he can look at it and understand why I like it. And we got into Chanel and I dragged him in there and he was like, oh my God, not this place again. And he saw this bag and he was like, that's actually really nice, why don't you get it? And I said, no, I don't like the boy bag. And he was like, yeah, but that colour, he hyped it up. He was like, it's limited edition, you're never going to be able to get it again. I'm like, you should get a job here, the way you're going. Anyway, he ended up talking me into it. Can you believe it? My husband talked me into buying a bag. Anyway, I bought it. And I think the colour is beautiful, but for the reasons I've said, I'm not going to use it. Mainly because I don't want to ruin it, and I don't want this to end up like the black boy bag I've got, where it's all worn on the corners and I don't use it at all. It looks really tired. So there is another item I've bought and haven't ever used. This one I'm hoping to use, but so far I haven't. I bought one of these last year, which is, you know those mini bags from Fendi, and this is a mini baguette bag. And the concept is with them, there's a loop on the back, so you can either hook it onto a larger bag and use it either as decoration or you can keep stuff in it. But also with this, it comes with this removable, beautiful chain strap so that you can end up wearing it crossbody. And I bought it to keep car keys in. But the reason why I haven't ever used it is because unless I'm attaching it to a bag, this chain is so delicate that if someone grabbed that and pulled it hard enough, that chain would just snap. It's like a necklace chain. It's really, really fine. And for that reason, from a security point of view, I've never used it for my keys. I've ended up using, I've got like a zippy wristlet from Prada that I've ended up using, and it's better for me because when I go out, if I have like a mini panic about wearing my keys, I can just do that and I'm like, okay, they're still on my wrist. Whereas with that, I feel like I'd be constantly worried that a pickpocket might be able to grab it, and I think it would be so easy to do. So I haven't used it yet. Still think it's really cute, and most likely when I do use it, it will be attached to another bag, another Fendi bag, because that's some Fendi. Did I say that? Can't remember. And then the final thing. This is the final item, and I do like it. I've worn it a couple of times, but I've never had the confidence to wear it frequently. Or sometimes, you know when you do your hair and you're like, oh, I like how my hair looks, so I don't want to wear a hat because the hat's going to flatten it. So I got this hat. It's from Dior, and it's this beautiful Baker Boy hat, and it's got a veil type material on it. And I'll try it on so you can see. And it's very nice, but as I say, I bought it when I was in the shop trying it on. I was just thinking, I'm going to wear this all the time. As soon as I got it home, I thought, do I really want to go and put petrol in the car wearing it? Do I really want to go to the grocery store wearing it? The only place that I probably wear it is Harrods. But even when I go to Harrods, I always forget to wear it. And that's why, you know those two bucket hats that I tried on in Harrods? I really like both of them, but I'm worried that the same thing's going to happen, where they look really good when I'm in the boutique, but as soon as I get home, I don't want to wear them again because I just feel like a bit stupid wearing it. So key things to remember. Before you buy anything, make sure that you pick a colour that suits you. Before you buy belts, look at it, look at how much you're about to spend on the belt, and think to yourself, am I okay with the leather on that belt warping, being squeezed into nothing, and then I can't straighten it back out again? Are you okay with that? When it comes to bags, one thing that I've started doing in recent years is if I see something I like, I very, very rarely buy it straight away. I normally go away and really think about it. Sometimes I might only think about it a week before I know it's the right one for me, particularly if it's selling out fast and it's limited edition. But for a lot of the time, I really think about it for a couple of months. And that's one thing that I should have done with these two, is really, really thought about them for a long time. But I got swayed in the moment of shopping. I got caught up in that moment and I ended up buying them, and I shouldn't have done. So they are all of the things that I've bought and don't use, or have used but not really that much. I hope you've just enjoyed watching this, and I hope that it gives you some pointers on how to avoid the mistakes I've made. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.